I don't have my golf buddy Nick to talk about the Masters with me. Ben, you're gonna have to do it.
I know Tiger's back.
He did play a little
fun.
bit. Actually, I didn't even look to see what he scored.
I don't even watch golf, but I know a man named Scottie won it.
Yes, he did.
Scottie Sheffler.
Sheffler. Two Fs. Two Fs. You were close though.
Yeah,
I've never even heard of that man.
He was 10 under.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Well, we'll
good
talk
for
about it in a
Sheffler.
second, but ooh.
I just want to flex my golf knowledge here. It's like that's probably the only golf knowledge I have in the past 2 months. So. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Fifth Line Podcast.
Oh yeah,
with your hosts, Michael Campbell. Everyone, real quick, give a shout out to Mike. It was his birthday.
Oh yeah,
yesterday.
It was indeed.
That's right.
It was his birthday.
Happy day after birthday.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, so give him some love in the comments.
Yep.
And I want to start today's episode. It's different. I'm starting it with two things right off the bat. So the first of which is my roller hockey team, Marky Mark and the Funky Pucks. We're playing for the chip on Tuesday, boys.
Oh,
we made it. We made it past the second round of the playoffs for the first time in our team's 2-year history.
I was going to say, so is this like a thing that's been a hard thing? Oh, no, 2-year history. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That being said, though, so we do have every season. Every season is a season, if that makes sense. So fall, winter, spring, summer.
Okay. Yep.
So that's a lot of
that's a good few seasons.
8 seasons.
8, yeah. And this is our first time making it past the second round. So when you put it like that, yeah, we were not good when we first started.
Well, everybody's got to build.
Well, yeah, that, and also to be fair, there were some also really, really good players there in E division. Yes, but to lament on that.
Is it true as well that I read, because I saw the post on Instagram, is it true that you guys have some beef with this team that you're going up against?
So I'll tell the story. Actually, this is perfect. They're called the Scrappers, first off. So just the name off the bat.
Good start. Yep. Good start.
We were we were playing them, and there were a few guys on their team that really would play physically. So it's one of those things you can't lay hits on people, but if there's some contact in the corners, they're not going to call it, even though they probably should. It's E division. Come on, guys. But the rest of them don't give a shit.
It's just like women's hockey, where it's like you can pretty much check them as long as you don't fully check them.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So, and we're a young and fast team, and I say that literally. Everyone's 24 to around there, and the teams we play have dads on them, 30 to 50 year old men. So, and they don't like when people can not that they don't like when people can outskate them. They have to use their physicality. That's a respect. It's totally fine. Yeah. Some guys do it and it's fine. But we were playing this team called the Scrappers, and you guys met my friend Ronnie. He's a bit he plays a bit physically. And some of their guys didn't like that. So all game we were kind of going back and forth. And if I remember this correctly, I was out on defense at the end, and we were winning by a goal. And I took a penalty, of course, a tripping penalty. I went to poke check this guy, and he just stick in between his feet. It was one of those unavoidable. They have to call it, and then they tied it up with 40 seconds left. I was in the box. Terrible feeling. Yeah, terrible. But with I think 15 seconds left, there was a face-off in our zone, and right off the face-off, Ronnie and this guy, they were going at it all game. The guy just wraps him up in a headlock and just tackles him to the ice. And our goalie at the time, my friend Tom, sees red. He comes skating out of the net and jumps on some dude. And it was just absolute chaos. Gloves are flying off, and I'm like, and our captain, if you will, Mark, who the team is named after, he's like, guys, it's E-League hockey. Like, what are we doing? Calm down. Like, it's not that serious.
The voice of reason comes in.
The voice of reason, yeah. And the refs, believe it or not, you think they would end the game in a tie? No, they said, listen, you guys are going to a shootout, but your goalie decided to punch someone, so he can't play. He's ejected. Find someone who can play goalie. And we're like, are you kidding? Are you kidding? Does that make any sense? No.
So did you just forfeit, or did one of you guys jump in net?
so who played street hockey goalie?
Oh,
You.
So then everyone's like, so Eric. So I had to go to the locker room, get on someone's game used goalie gear. Absolutely disgusting.
Yep, that's gross
And
right there.
and we beat him in a shootout. We beat him in a shootout. I made 2 saves in the shootout.
Beauty, look at you.
So, but that's the last time we played that team. I'm pretty sure. So it should be interesting.
Smoke them.
That's disgusting, though. Throwing on, oh god,
gross.
You just put them on. It's just like a squelching noise. It's like,
it was terrible.
Jeez.
Yeah. So that's roller hockey, guys. It's crazy.
dang, yeah, it's crazy down there
It's
on
crazy.
the island.
It is. So that's the reason.
Damn.
Tune in. Oh, that's right. You can't tune in. You have to show up. Beth Page, everyone, be there. I don't know the address.
What's the the building called?
It just is called Skate Safe America. That's it.
Skate Safe America.
Yep.
All right, there you go. Skate
That's
Safe America. Show up.
Skate Safe America.
If it was
everyone.
closer, I would.
Tuesday.
If it was closer, I'd be playing.
Yes, you would. We need some defensive depth. That's for sure.
Oh, that's me.
But yeah. So that's gonna be Tuesday. And Ben, you are probably one of 3 people that actually know to take a slap shot on our team. I'm not even joking. So we would love you there.
Yeah, Ben's a wrister guy.
Well, see, with me, it's wrister almost like 90% of the time, and then in the 10% of the time I do try slap shots, that only works about 10% of the time. But when I do, it fucking goes. It's just, it's very.
We do. We love those ons. It looks cool. That's all that matters. But yeah, so I'll tell you guys about that next weekend, whatever happens.
When's that game?
Tuesday at 10 p.m.
Tuesday at 10 p.m. Jesus.
Yeah. Rough. Yeah.
That's late.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But the other thing that I wanted to mention, and I don't really follow college hockey, but congratulations to Denver University of Denver. They won the Frozen Four championship. Yep.
Oh wow!
They beat Minnesota State by a score of 5-1, a dominant victory.
I only knew that because there is a Habs prospect on that team.
There is who?
Somebody Stapley. I don't remember his first name.
Okay.
He wasn't like a name I recognize, so I don't think he's like that high up in their prospect chart. I honestly don't know. Though,
who did they beat? They beat a big school.
Minnesota.
Oh geez, yeah.
They beat Minnesota school. I mean, that's a tough matchup.
All right.
But yeah, so yeah, just wanted to mention that real quick. That was some hockey news I thought would be cool to mention.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right, well, we can move on to the Masters then real quick. Congratulations to that team. What the fuck team was it again? I'm sorry, I was paying attention to something else. Denver. Hey, that's pretty cool.
University of Denver. Yeah.
Well done. So yeah, the Masters was this weekend, and it kind of snuck up on me because I had a whole bunch of other stuff going on that I won't talk about. But it was this weekend, and coming in to the Masters weekend, it was kind of unknown whether or not Tiger was going to play, or coming into the week, it was kind of unknown. And then he ended up, I think on like Tuesday they were doing an interview with him, and he was like, "Yep, I'm gonna play." And the guy was like, "Do you think you can, you always say that you don't enter a tournament unless unless you're gonna try and win it. You think you can win it? Do you think you can win here this week?" And he said, "Yes, I do." He didn't, unfortunately, but he did pretty damn well for an old guy with back problems. 17 months after a car crash.
He almost lost his leg, from what I heard.
Yeah,
he almost had to be amputated because of the damage. So
broke it really bad or something.
Yeah, so it's insane to be back and walking the course and
he
playing.
made the cut.
Yeah,
he let me look at the leaderboard here.
I didn't know that, Benny. Wow, that's crazy.
Because he wasn't like it was pretty respectable, I think. Let me look.
Especially because it was the first tournament. I think I saw he had played, or first PGA golf he had played in 500 days or something. I kept seeing, or it might have been big event. I thought I saw that stat.
It was 17 months since the car crash. He was 47th.
That would probably be about 500.
47th.
Wow.
Out of a field of how many?
It's like 100 and something.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
he did really
props to him for even coming back. But who was the winner? You said
the winner. the winner coming into this week, Mr. Scottie Sheffler, world number 1, newly anointed world number 1 after winning 3 of his previous 5 starts.
Wow.
Do that
Yeah.
math real quick. Comes in and wins. He wins by 3 strokes over Rory McIlroy, who, by the way, McIlroy came on this last round. He was 8 under for the round.
Oh,
He
Jesus.
made a real run at it, but
Does that guy just only come in second? I
He-
feel so bad for
he
him.
has had a
No,
rough.
like not. Yeah,
He
not as
played.
an insult.
So back in like 2011 was when he had his hot streak, and he won like 3 of the 4 major championships. And since then, he just has not put it together. I don't even know the
Dang.
last like just tournament he won. But yeah, no,
Wow.
he puts himself in a hole. He like starts crappy, and then he picks it up, and then he goes 8 under for the day, and still finishes 3 behind.
Man.
But it was kind of funny. I watched I watched Scheffler finish the last hole because I was traveling all day, and I watched him finish up the last hole, and he like 4-putted on the green, but he had a 5-stroke lead at that point, so it didn't matter.
Jesus.
But like you could see, he was like, "Oh god."
Yeah, by like the third putt, you're like, oh,
Like,
fuck
one of
me.
these has to go in.
Like,
And then he finally got it in, and it was like, woo. But yeah, a little scary on that last green. But yeah, it was my boy Dusty J was tied for 12th. And ever present in the majors, but not in this one. Brooks Koepka missed the cut, weirdly.
damn.
Yeah, he usually
Really?
is. Over the last like 5 years or something, he's got the lowest average score per round in majors.
Goddamn.
Yeah, but he missed the cut in this one, so he probably won't anymore.
Hmm.
But yeah, Scottie Scheffler comes in as world number 1, wins. He's like one of 4 people, I think, to win as world number 1. Tiger being one of them. I think Dustin Johnson might have been.
He's world number 1.
2020?
I'd literally never heard of him before.
Well, he just became world number 1. He's really
He's 25 years old.
He's really come
see.
on here in this last season. But yeah, so winning this now makes it he's won 4 of his last 6 starts. So he is on one
Dude.
hell of a heater.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah,
My
but-
goodness.
My guess is he'll have a little bit of a slump because I think a lot of players slump after they win a big tournament.
Mhm.
But honestly, who cares?
Yeah.
Just slump all you want, and then start to pick it up when we get towards June. We get towards the U.S. Open.
Let's say, when is the next big one? I don't know. I don't follow the schedule enough. I guess it would probably be the U.S. Open.
It's either the U.S. Open or the Open might be in May, but I don't remember.
Is that the one in Britain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember, but
The old famous one.
Yeah, the old famous one.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
clearly know a lot about PGA, right?
yeah. I didn't get to
Yeah.
watch a whole lot, but I did watch a little bit. So. That's my thing.
Everything I know I learned from Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Even how to read greens
That's
is
true.
what that's how I learned.
That's true. That is pretty good. I actually played simulator golf yesterday.
Yeah, how'd that
It
go?
was all right.
Ooh.
I shot like we played like the white tees
Hmm.
at Pebble Beach, and I shot a 96. But simulator it's a simulator.
Are weird.
It's a
Yeah.
simulator. It's not real. I
The
will not
putting on that is so strange.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the
the-
putting's harder, but like everything else is like, it's like I hit like
Yeah.
I hit a 7-iron 196 yards. Like no,
Yeah.
that no.
I love you,
don't-
Mike, but
no.
I've never once seen you do that.
I've been lifting, but no. Like, no way. So yeah, that gives you like extra distance and stuff. But no, it was fun though. Me and my dad played.
Wait,
Yeah.
so that must have been up here. Where's their simulator golf up here?
Highland Greens.
Ah, I see.
They've got like three bays, I think.
They must have done that like as a way to make money in the off season.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
It's fun.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Getzlaf retiring?
I mean,
Oh yeah, Getzlaf.
made sense.
Planning to.
Felt like one of the it feels like when you hear that, it's like, yeah, he's been around, but like the career he's had, just I love when anybody gets to stay with a team for their entire go.
Yeah.
It just feels kind of right, especially when it's like a guy like that where it's the captain, he's their team points leader now. Won the cup for their first cup with them. Like, it feels like time's right. He's been around a while.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's probably what he came to, the conclusion he came to as well. Like, he's like, yeah, I can just be with my family. I got my money. Like,
yeah, exactly. You made your money. You can just chill out now.
Yeah.
Interestingly, though, he started his career for a different team.
He did?
Yes. The 3-letter is it acronym? Is that an acronym? The acronym is MDA. The Mighty Ducks of Anaheim.
Oh,
he started all the way back when they were the Mighty Ducks.
Wow.
Still.
Wow. Yeah. So he is
That's
old.
crazy.
I saw that on Hockey Reference. I was like, MDA, and then I put it together and was like, wow, dang.
Wow.
Been at it for a while.
Huh.
I forgot, like, that was the whole, like, they actually
From that movie, dude.
said it like that. The Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, like not Anaheim Mighty Ducks, the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim.
Now they're just the Anaheim Ducks, which is lame.
Yeah.
Go back to the Mighty Ducks and bring us back those jerseys.
Even if they don't go back to, like, I don't mind that they're not the Mighty Ducks anymore, but like, even
Mighty
if they
Ducks.
go back to the goalie mask logo on the front, like, that feels like that's something that should have happened forever ago.
Yes.
Like, I don't.
Yes, it very much is.
I think it's cool that, I don't know, maybe I just can't think of any other players that have done this, but I think it's interesting that he just announced halfway through the season. Oh, well, not halfway. We're towards the end, but he said, I'm going to retire next season, just before the season is over. That's kind of interesting. Do people do that often? Am I just missing that? Or
I don't think you see it as much in hockey.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've seen it much in hockey, no.
I can't think of another instance. Can you guys?
Well, if we're doing all sports, you got like the Derek Jeter where he had a goodbye year, where like every game was like, this is our last time seeing it. Like, you and all the difference, and it was just this long drawn out thing. I do think it's cool though that he's gonna get, like, I don't know, however 10 more games or so or whatever, where like you can know that, okay, yeah, he's heading, and like the fans can kind of treat him to send off and whatever. I think, well, actually thinking back now, I know Ryan Miller at least had a few games last year where he said he was going to be. I know that was very close to the end of the year as well, though.
Yeah, that's right.
So it was kind of like this.
You remember the video of him with like his parents in the stands?
Yeah, that was really
emotional.
You felt for him. Yeah, so little technical difficulties there. There's a little hiccup, but we're back. But I just wanted to go over, as I always do with these retirement announcement things on the show, just go over his stats.
We got some statistics.
Yep. 1,150 games played, 282 goals, 731 assists, 1,013 points. So.
The one that I mean, that's insane on its own. But then if you look at his playoff stats,
he's a whole other
humming along at like. If he's not a point a game, I think he's just under a point a game. Do you have those there? I imagine.
I don't actually. That's one thing I didn't look at.
So SDPN, I'm going to try this at the top of my head. I thought it was 126 points in 127 games or something ridiculous.
I thought it was. Well, I don't know why I'm saying I thought when I can just look it up right here.
Hockey DB.
NHL playoffs.
You're going to beat me. You fuck.
120 points in 125 playoff games.
Okay.
That's insane.
That's unbelievable.
Just get him to the playoffs.
Exactly the guy you want in the playoffs, too. Like, if you can be that consistent in all of the games, while also, being, insane. So what a career for him. He got his cup.
Yeah.
I think he's probably ready to chill with the fam.
Yeah. In sunny Anaheim, California.
Yeah,
that'll be nice.
Also, gets to end his career playing with Zegras and Terry and Milano and all those guys. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he played in like a bunch of different eras.
Yeah.
He starts in the dead puck era. Kind of
post lockout where it was just kind of weird. for a while, and then now I don't know. The last like 4 to 5 seasons feel pretty distinct.
The
to
Corona
me.
years.
Well, yeah,
We
that too.
survived the Corona years.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Like if I was like, that would have been when I would have been like, all right, you know what? I think I'm done.
If anything, last season, yeah, like where it was all the different divisions and all the like,
there was rules.
I'm
and all that
surprised
stuff.
I'm surprised more old guys weren't just like
Joe, like Jumbo Joe. What are you doing, man?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, hang him up, dude. Just relax.
I get also like some of these guys just like it's hockey. Like that's just what they do. Like they just fucking love it. Like it's that's what they exist to do. So
I mean, also
there's part of that, but
you do have to remember Jumbo Joe really wants that cup. So
there is that too.
That's true.
He still doesn't have one.
He really wants that cup.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
He's got
an
okay chance this year. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh dear. We can get to that.
Not according to your predictions, Ben. He wasn't even going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, well, just because I shit posted in
got him
in one episode doesn't mean we need to keep bringing it up.
No,
I mean, that's not even like there's that, but then there's also all of Chicago, Seattle, and Montreal being in my playoff bracket.
Oh man,
yeah, it's not great.
I'm
looking forward to.
I am excited
I'm not
for
looking
that
forward
segment.
to seeing when we come back around to that.
Real quick before you move on, Ben, your playoff brackets though, when we have to make our brackets once the playoffs are all finalized, some of my favorite. I love your predictions.
I still love that the Habs just like gifted me that purely by the basis of all of the first few rounds were just so insane, and like the Habs getting to the conference finals was like the only thing any of us had right further down the line, and it just kind of did it by default. But
so funny.
We'll see if I can pull some cheese again this year.
All right. Well,
you don't have the Habs to pull you there this time.
No, but there's always something goofy. I gotta choose the goofy, like out of nowhere story, because there's always one a year. There's always something that happens in the Yoffs.
All right. Before we get to the next thing, I just want to remind everybody: if you're enjoying this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. It's right down there. I'm going to wait here until you do it.
Nobody does calls to action like Mickey Campbell.
No, I'm just kidding. But, Matthews, boys. I don't know if you remember this.
Matthews, indeed.
I don't know if you remember this. But, there was an episode, I believe it was last year. There was an episode where I said, and I don't think anybody really disagreed, but I said that Austin Matthews is going to be the greatest American goal scorer. Ever until he gets passed. He will pass the records. He will grab that spot. This season is the highest goal scoring.
He's annoying.
is the highest goal scoring year for an American born player. So he's already on his way.
That is unbelievable.
Very well on his way.
Yeah. Wow.
Some of you might think, what about Brett Hull? Canadian born.
Didn't he switched over to representing them internationally?
America, yeah. So technically he is the highest, or I think he's the highest. I have it written down. I don't know why I'm guessing.
I want to say, I mean, I don't know about his all-time stats. I think he had like a 70 goal year once in the 90s.
Yes,
he had
like 79 goals in like 70 games or something.
Jesus.
So obviously, because he chose to represent America, he's got the record for most goals by an American right now, total. Like his total goals are obviously the highest.
But we switched that to American born.
Switch it to American born, and it gets a little different. But as far as single season for American born, it's Austin Matthews.
Unbelievable.
I believe he's at 58 now, is he?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Pretty sure.
It's pretty dumb.
He's looking for that first 60 goal season since Stammer.
Unbelievable.
I'd be more enthusiastic about him if he didn't torch the Habs every fucking time they play.
Hat trick versus the Lightning.
Yep, yeah. I was gonna say he just knows where to. You see or you hear hockey announcers talk all the time and say, the puck just finds good goal scorers. I've never seen a better representation of that than him this season. It really does. I mean, he knows where to be, but that man, he gets one chance, and it's in the net.
You can't give him that chance.
Yeah.
But to put it in perspective, career-wise, Brett Hull averaged 39 goals a season. Pretty damn good. Mike Modano averaged 26.7. Not quite as good, but he also played a lot longer than Brett Hull and had a lot more of those iffy years. Also, I looked up his stats and saw that 14.99 and got pissed off.
Yeah, freaking
just got pissed off all over again.
And I was like, come on. Like, what an ass.
Probably the worst one.
Someone sign him. He's 51. Sign him.
Sign him for a 1-game contract.
Dallas. Is Dallas in the playoff hunt still?
I think so.
I don't know.
Damn it. Wouldn't that be sick though?
That would, yeah.
Sign him to 1 game, give him that 1500th game in Dallas.
And then make Babcock be the one to give him the award, and then everyone boos the shit out of him. That'd be great.
But
annoying.
So
Babcock presents the silver stick. Oh no, that's 1,000 games. Never mind.
So to put it in perspective, Brett Hull averaged 39 a season, Mike Modano 26.7 a season, so about 28. Austin Matthews right now is averaging, with rounding to the nearest goal, 43 goals a season. And he's not done yet this season. So any more goals he gets now, just add to it.
That's terrifying.
I think that qualifies as good.
His lowest goal amount is his jersey number, 34.
34.
I think that was his year.
That was his second year.
Yeah.
He got 40. He got 40.
Oh yeah, he popped the hell off as a rookie. I forgot.
Dude's a beast, man. Come on. Put him in the Olympics.
I'll never forget that. Yeah, that first game against Ottawa. When he torched Erik Karlsson and then went on to score 4 goals in that game. What the heck?
And then
the Leafs lost.
The funniest part is that they still lost.
The Leafs lost. Yeah.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
But in terms of individual performances, wow.
Dude, bring him to the States, man. Come on. Don't leave him up
guys,
there.
I just one day I really hope in the Olympics we will get to see Austin Matthews in his prime in an Olympic sweater. That would be unbelievable.
He'll be he's going to be he'll be 28. He'll be 28. So he should still be in his prime.
Oh,
him and Caulfield. Oh, you Canadians are boned.
We'll have 43-year-old Connor Hellebuck as our goalie now.
Yeah. The Canadians will have like 40-year-old or like high 30-year-old
48-year-old Carey Price.
We'll get to that. I don't know how I feel about he keeps coming with him on trips and then he keeps not I don't know. I'm worried.
Okay.
I'm getting more worried.
I had a question about
that. But we'll get there with the Habs talk whenever we get there.
How old will that Bergeron Marchand Crosby line be in 2026? They'll still be up top.
They may have to split that top line up at that point. I think they may have to call it at that point.
Crosby, that'd be the sweetest fourth line. Oh.
That's actually would be a legit fourth line. Crosby though, what was it, 1400? Just got his 1400th point.
Oh yes.
I don't remember
with an OT goal.
Sounds right.
OT winner, yeah.
I think it was just today.
Goddamn, 1400.
Yeah.
Did you say?
Sidney Crosby.
Holy shit.
You forget he was a monster?
I mean, I guess I shouldn't have, but
he's the only guy that almost rivals Martin St. Louis' thighs.
That's fun.
You ever
call him Big Booty because he got a big booty.
That's right. That's right. He gets his jeans. He has to get jeans like extra large on him, and then he gets them tailored because his ass is too big.
He got the dumpy. But have we seen what?
I was gonna say, have you seen? He did a interview with Spit and Chicklets boys like at the beginning of them even being a thing, and they talked about him getting. He had to buy extra. He had to buy like 3XL jeans and get them like taken in at the waist and then like tapered at like the calf.
Jesus,
they weren't just huge.
God.
He's got a skater's butt, dude.
Yeah.
Skater down. if you will.
He's got the dunk.
Oh man.
I
Yeah,
wasn't even here for that callback, but
that's right. Yeah. So Matthews, man, I mean, unless he gets hurt, he's doing it. Unless he gets hurt, he's doing it. But
Yeah,
we'll see.
no
Yeah.
doubt.
Doing what
He's gonna end up
What
with
was
the
it?
most goals for an
In the
American.
season?
Just total.
Mhm.
Right now the
You
record
mean
is
like career wise? Okay,
yeah.
I see.
Right now the number is 741. So that's fucking a lot. But
Oh, he'll
He'll do
probably
it.
catch it. Yeah, he'll probably catch it.
although who knows if Mitch Marner's not on his line? You don't know.
Yeah,
You
true.
never know.
The problem is Mitch Marner has a contract that makes him pretty much guaranteed to be on his line.
Basically. All right. Well, who wants to go first here?
Ben, I think you should go first because I'm curious as to your
too.
thoughts on what you were talking about.
Me
yeah,
too.
lead us in, bud.
It's largely still kind of just, happy days in Habland. Like, there's not really, they haven't been playing spectacular as of late, but they have also just been, like, the roster they're throwing out there right now it's not what you want long term, but that's fine because they just have 10 more games to burn out. Like, it's closing time right now. Like, we're just running the clock out here and just trying to see what kind of progress we can build within that. And luckily, it's been pretty good for the most part. Why are all these games not updated with scores? Cole Caulfield is a man on a mission at the moment, and it's been fantastic. He has not stopped scoring yet. Still, he had a pretty nice wrister last night against Toronto. They lost 3-2 in a close game, in which they lost Jake Allen to injury again. I heard he pulled his groin. I didn't see the game because I was out with friends, but I was like following along on my phone. And then at one point I saw Sam Mountainbow in the crease in like the game tracker. And I was like, wait a second, Jake Allen started the game. Oh, fuck. And it just keeps coming. Like they can't keep people healthy still, but they've had a lot of younger guys come in, gotten some more extended looks at Jordan Harris and what's his face? The guy
Justin Barron.
Justin Barron. Yeah, the guy from Colorado, Justin Barron. They both look promising. I don't know. There's not a lot to say about what's going on right now because it's funny. From like January on, I was like, all right, I am waiting for the Dominic Ducharme firing and the trade deadline. And then now that's all come to pass and it went pretty well and seemed to be in a good spot. And like all the young players are doing what they need to do, like Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki. Holy shit. Have no problems there. Now I'm basically just waiting for draft lottery.
That's
See what happens there.
That's your next thing, yeah.
For me though, with Carey Price, they keep saying he's going to get into games, and then he keeps going on road trips and not playing any, and he keeps going. And like, I hope he does get into some games, but it's becoming more. This is entirely based on nothing. It's just my feelings. Like I don't know. I don't know why I'm worried that he's going to retire this summer, but I am. I'm worried that it's a case of even if he comes back in, I don't know why. Like, because he's been I know why he's been rehabbing his knee injury that he's like re-aggravated like how many fucking times in his career, because Mark Bergevin had no solution to anything other than rushing Carey Price back from injury. But I'm just worried. I hope he comes back and I hope he looks great and I hope we have a Carey Price back next year. But I'm worried. Hopefully he'll be in some games soon and we can see and that can kind of be put to rest, but I'm scared.
I don't know if let me know if I'm correct here, Benny, but I did see, I thought it was last week on Instagram, I saw Price joining practice. Was that a week ago or was that more than that, 2 weeks ago?
I don't know what the timing, because I don't know, honestly, time with this season has kind of lost all meaning with me not having to really, but he's been skating and then he like joined full group practices recently and like that's been nice to see and all the guys very clearly liked it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Until I see him in some game action, it's just going to kind of keep being the.
What I'd say is I'd give it probably another week, and then maybe I would start worrying too. But
yeah, because they only have 3 weeks left.
Yeah.
So. And the thought is all like everything I've been hearing is like they want to try to give him in at least like 3 or 4 games if they can before the end of the year, just to get his feet under him and see where he's at. But they're kind of running out of the runway for that. And also, I mean, there's a few games that he'd be good to like maybe swap in. Like there's a game they have against Philly left still. There's a game they have against Ottawa left still. But then you got a game against the Capitals, against the Bruins, against the Rangers, against the Panthers. I'm like, I don't know if the game that he wants to come back in after not playing all year and rehabbing his knee all year and with no real Habs defense in front of him because it's just a bunch of rooks. Like, I don't know if you want that to be like Florida. Like, I feel like we could maybe plan a little better than that. But I guess we shall see.
Yeah.
I think he's going to retire.
You do too. Wow.
I don't know if I think I'm getting worried.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like with everything that he came out, like he had like he had like his personal thing that was
substance
going
abuse
on.
issues, yeah, and then knee injury, and it's just like
he's getting older. I don't know. Smells of retirement to me. Smells like you might maybe not want to be done, but he might just be like, maybe it's better if I just.
The one thing I will say is I think the only way it is going to happen is if his knee is to the point where he can't anymore. I don't think he is going to willingly, just because of everything I've seen out of like who Carey Price is as an athlete. I don't think he comes back to why is Joe Thornton still going? Like, I think he's in the same vein of like, he's not going to be one to give up. And that's been his whole message throughout all of this is like, he's like, I want to get back in and I want to play games this season. And people would be like, oh, why the fuck was like, it's clearly a lost season. But he's like, that's just part of who I am. I'm a goalie for the Montreal Canadiens. I want to play hockey. He wants to get into games. So I think the only reason a retirement could come is because of just him simply not being able to do it anymore. But we need to have a couple games to see if that is indeed the case. So true. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be an interesting storyline to wrap the season with anyway. It'll give a little more meaning to the end here. But yeah, I'm basically just waiting for the draft lottery at this point.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Dang. Carey Price. It makes me sad.
Yeah.
Just thinking about that.
That'll be
that would be last year, man. Right there. Right fucking there. I'm going to be so disappointed if I see him finish his career without a cup because...
I mean, okay, so you bring that up. Now, I don't want to be that guy. Especially with how it's gone this year. The dude's not winning a cup in Montreal.
Oh, probably not.
If he's going to win a cup, he's got to go somewhere else.
I know. I'm more so just saying in terms of the totality of when he's been there.
Yeah. You guys had some chances. Like
he's very clearly was like for a few years there, just the best fucking guy in the league, and so very little was done around him to take advantage of that. Because as good as Marc Bergevin was at some trades, he had no fucking clue how to build a complete team. I'm gonna be real sad. I'm gonna be real sad if it ends up he's literally the Habs leading wins leader in the history of the Habs for goalies.
That's insane. Like when you think about the goaltenders that have played there.
He's the Habs win leader. Wow. Yeah.
Dang.
I mean, a part of that is just longevity. Yeah. But still, like, it's nuts.
That's pretty insane.
It like there's the off chance that like Habs rebuild goes into overdrive and like in 2 or 3 years the thing is even by then they wouldn't be contenders. They would be probably a team that's like on the edge and could maybe push a team. Granted, if they could be a more complete and well-built team, we saw what Carey dragged to a Stanley Cup Finals this past year. But then again, it'll be 2 to 3 years down the line, Carey Price, who knows what his knee's going to be at that point. So it's like there's no point in doing those hypotheticals. I don't want him to be done yet. I don't know.
We're with you, bud.
Yeah, he definitely he definitely was the guy for a good few years there.
Yeah.
So
like his Hart season, and then probably like the 2 years around that where like he was fucking elite, and they just didn't do anything right. I'm still mad about 2014. They could have taken that if he hadn't gotten taken out.
Kreider.
I mean, it was a good LA team that year. I don't know. Carey was so fucking unstoppable at that point. Like
more unstoppable than Eric's boy, Jay Quick.
So you're making me think. No, imagine a Quick Price Stanley Cup final matchup would be the sickest thing ever. Oh man.
I mean, you got a Quick Lundqvist bat. Like it wasn't like it was a scrub.
Yes, true. Yes, but the hypothetical of a Stanley Cup battle between Price, Quick would be unbelievable. No disrespect to you, Hank. Yes, just want to be very clear.
Another guy who
disrespect,
should have gotten a cup. I don't know.
No, there's so many, but that's the case in all leagues basically. There's so many players
now that 32 teams,
so many
it's
players
gonna
that
happen.
aren't gonna get a cup, and they were so great they should have got a cup. Like Joe Thornton, Jesus Christ, dude, he had like 128 point season
there.
He was that close right there a bunch of times.
2016, but damn Penguins. Fucking Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, they ruin everything.
You frig those guys. Back to back, you fucking...
What are you...
Selfish.
Michael?
Oh, man.
Listen, we'll roll into this. I don't think it's going to be 3. They got a chance, obviously. They're going to be in the playoffs, but man, they look like shit.
We need to talk about Tampa. Yeah, I'll go last year, Mike. I turned on
they look like
the Bruins game, and in overtime, they just look like they didn't want it as much as the Bruins. The Bruins just wanted it more.
Yeah, they apparently, actually, interesting. My sister was at that game. My sister and her boyfriend.
I saw she posted that on her Instagram.
On Instagram. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I was like, you bastard. But apparently the Lightning actually played all right in that game. They just couldn't.
I only saw overtime. I just want to be clear about that.
I saw none of it.
Okay.
So it was NHL Network. So I couldn't watch it.
The fucking blackouts are so dumb. That is not even a common channel. Like that's a specialty cable channel. Like it's one thing if it's like the fucking MSG, all right, whatever. But fucking NHL Network. That's such a specialty. Seriously, you have to specifically order this channel on fucking cable, which nobody has anymore. Okay, blackouts are dumb.
It's very true.
But I have cable. My parents have cable.
I have Hulu Live, which is basically cable, except cheaper.
Yes. Because then you also get Hulu, and it's like
you also get this Hulu streaming service, which actually Spectrum is starting to do that too. They have the Spectrum TV that's like a streaming thing.
Yeah.
So they're adding that. They're trying.
Let me guess. It's track.
It's track.
I don't know. I didn't use it, but it probably isn't as good. Yeah. But the Lightning. That was our little tangent about the cable. Dude, they went on like a 4-game win streak, but then they just get shit kicked by the Leafs, who will more than likely be their first round opponent.
Oh man!
And then they lose a close one to the Bruins, who they could just as easily meet.
Did the Habs break them in the shootout? What happened?
The Habs might have broke them in this. Well, no, no, because they weren't playing well. Even when they were winning, they weren't playing well. They were just getting wins because they're a good team. Yeah. But they're just not. They're just not playing well. The whole last month and a half. Like, I don't know. I don't care because it's the regular season, whatever. But like, you gotta snap out of it here before the end of the month, please.
They got a little bit of runway, but you would like to see maybe a few games, if they could really nail the last 3 or 4 games before the end of the year.
Yes.
Ideally start playing better before then, but if they can kind of really, because I don't know, I obviously haven't been watching them as close as you have, but Something about the Lightning. I mean, obviously, it makes sense. They just won 2 cups in a row, but something about them, like I don't have any concern that once game 1 rolls around, Vassey's going to be on his shit. They're like they're going to figure it out. Like I think they'll be fine.
I think so. Which actually, that reminds me, I wanted to look this up. No, I think they'll figure it out too. But it's a little bit puts me on edge a little bit.
Stressful, yeah.
Because I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, why?
I mean, they've played a lot of fucking hockey over the last year and a half, 2 years. That's what I think it is.
They're like, oh god, I'm so tired. Does it really matter? We already got 2
Which
of these things.
They need to bag it. If they need to bag it for like the little bit at the end of the year, just to kind of not be just fucking spent. Yeah. It might not be the worst thing, but yeah, you would like to see probably the last 4 or 5 games or so to like kind of get into the right swing of things. Have they really figured out line wise where everybody's going now? Because I know you were saying after the deadline where they get brought guys in, they were still kind of figuring it out.
Yeah, they've got the 2 new guys, Hagel and Paul, on a line with Ross Colton. That line is that's the new third line.
It's a good line.
Because Paul and Nick Paul and Hagel are both very Coleman and Goodrow-esque. They're like the grindy guys, and they're even kind of similar sizes. Like Hagel's a little smaller, faster, and Paul is a big bastard.
They're grindy guys with a scoring touch.
Yes, and then Colton is the real touch on that line. Colton's a monster.
Yeah.
He's got a really good set of hands, and he's similar to don't calm down, everybody. He's similar to Matthews, not at all in the same realm, but he can find the open ice. You know, he's good at finding the open ice. Obviously not Matthews level, Jesus. But yeah.
Love a good pre-argument.
But I wanted to bring this up because the playoffs, you know, they come up, and then that's when the boys become men, not the men become boys. Well, unless it's the Leafs, and then the men become boys.
The Leafs.
But
I didn't even have to say it that time. Look at that.
Well, it came right to my head, and I was like, "Hey, it works out." But we were talking earlier about Getzlaf's playoffs when he comes alive, and it was what was it, 120 and 125, I think.
Yeah.
Kucherov.
Oh man,
playoff
man.
Kucherov. You guys want to hazard a guess here? Points and games played.
What? How many? Wait, give us games played.
Yeah, give us the games.
113 playoff games.
Oh man.
I think you guys might go a little over. You guys might.
I'm gonna say 108.
Okay. Rick.
125. 125.
Rick is the closest. It is 127 points.
Wow, that's ridiculous, man.
I figured he was gonna be. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be like a. Oh yeah, he's good, but like.
But not a point a game. No, yeah.
Shit! Wow.
And 0 consequences.
Because it was
because it's Tampa.
Hedman got one, right? And then Vassey got the second one.
Yep. Which Hedman's was, they were both earned, but Vassey for sure, because
he's elimination game.
He pissed me off so much.
He still has not let in a goal in an elimination game.
Yeah.
In the playoffs in the last 2 years. I don't know how, but yeah. So we'll see. I think they'll probably come alive. But I don't know. I don't know who I want them to play. I guess the Leafs, just because, you know. But
all right.
I also am like,
so.
I mean,
I wanted to. Yeah, go. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna bring this up when we started talking about the playoffs, but the law of like probability and mathematics. Like at some point, the Leafs are going to win a series, and at some point, the Lightning are not going to win a series. So it's like I don't know.
But have you considered the fact that the Leafs are a walking meme?
I have not put that into my calculations.
I have, but you're also a Habs fan, so I do take it with a grain of salt. And with all due
salty
respect,
grain.
no, but they are walking.
I mean, I am a Habs fan, but they are.
You're right. I can't refute you. I can't refute you at all. What I was gonna say though is, I think I said this on an episode a while ago. I said, how funny would that be in the first round? You have the Leafs and the Lightning, because the hockey world fucking hates the Leafs, but also they're like, we don't want to have to play the Lightning.
Yeah.
So that would just be the funniest series ever.
Because even last year during the Cup Finals, I know everybody I saw on hockey Twitter was like, "Fucking, Tampa doesn't need to get it again." Like,
yeah, exactly.
So like, think of that this year. We got the Leafs on one side where almost everybody's fuck up. Yeah. And then on the other side, Tampa.
It'll be like, who do we cheer for?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I feel like
it's gonna be all right, Tampa beat them and then immediately lose.
Yeah, really. That'll be what it is. That'll be what it is in Canada, and then in the US, people will probably be like, go Leafs.
Yeah.
I bet.
This is
Boston. Who's Boston people gonna root for in that series? Like,
yeah, I don't even know. Well, Boston will be paying attention to their own stuff.
Don't fucking love Tampa either.
Who are Islander fans gonna root for? I was just thinking that.
Bolts, baby. Yeah,
it's gonna be like.
Come on.
We got Johnny T.
Yeah,
is the hatred still there?
For some
because I know for like a good chunk of them, for some reason, we're like weirdly mad about it.
Dear John, should we play a clip?
Oh, that fucking video, man. That was cringy as hell.
If you play a clip of that, I will shave the middle of my head right now.
Okay, I'm not going to do that then.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, God.
Give you the who. Do you remember that in The Grinch? When they did that, he was like, do something.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait.
Playoff hockey. It's going to be exciting. Yeah.
It's still a dogfight.
I'm very ready.
It's still a dogfight for that third Atlantic spot and that second wildcard spot. It's Boston or Lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see the sort of jockeying all over, because the West is even crazier.
Yeah, the West is like super tight.
Yeah.
I'm excited because, I mean, as much fun as it is to have your team in it, and like last year's playoffs was just a fucking blast. Especially because there was no expectation. So as soon as they did something, it was just like, all right, this is just fun no matter what. Like, until it very wasn't. But this year I am just looking forward to watching the bloodbath, and just especially the first round. It's always fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Plus, because there's like hockey all the time.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So this is the perfect segue. I'm also looking forward to watching the playoffs without the stress of my team being in it.
We don't know this yet.
And that's what I was going to say right now. And I want to start this segment. I love the optimism, guys. Thank you. But the Islanders are now 15 points behind the Caps. The Caps have 90 points. The Islanders have 75.
Game in hand. They have a game in hand, though. The Islanders do.
There we go. They got to win that.
I'll give you this. They have the game in hand, and they do play the Caps 2 times coming up.
They got to beat them twice, and then that's going to shave that way down. And
then... That's 8-point swings. That's an 8-point swing.
So this is just post the Charlie Day meme right here. This is my issue. Is there's just so much that's also in control of Washington in this situation.
Oh yeah,
and Washington right now is heating up. They're heating up. Washington's been heating up. So I think they've won their last 5 games.
Plays this Saturday though.
The Habs?
My boys are going to help
Come on.
Please,
Cole Caulfield's going to hang a hattie on them.
Carey Price is going to come back. He's going to rob Ovechkin in OT.
He is Mr. Saturday night.
No, not in OT. You can't give him any points.
Sorry, can't give him a point.
I'm
going to rob him on the breakaway in the 3rd period.
Okay, thanks. Yeah. Thanks for helping me out.
Watch, come next Saturday, actually send a clip of that to the Instagram channel.
Oh, come on, do it. Geniuses.
So, I'll if that happens, I'll get into sports betting, guys.
just wait for me to say some dumb shit on an episode.
Just put $5, it'll turn into 5,000.
Yeah. I mean, your success rate will probably be pretty low. You'll like win one out of every 20 maybe. But your Islanders.
I was so upset. I was so upset because the Lightning played the Capitals like the next game after the podcast, and they lost. And I was like, come on,
cheering
guys.
for the Lightning. I know. I'm like, come on. So it's funny you say that. There's if you guys, I don't know, Ben, maybe because you're on hockey Twitter more than Mike is, but the Offside Tavern, it's an
No.
Islanders bar. It used to be in Brooklyn, and they actually COVID shut them down. But then a few months later, they had an announcement to make. It was like this thing. They just came out of nowhere, and they are now located in UBS Arena. So UBS
Hey.
Arena actually
that's really
worked
cool.
with a local bar, an Islanders bar.
That's pretty cool. Like kind of
That's
save
awesome,
it
yeah.
and bring it into
Yeah.
the arena. Yeah, that's awesome.
So
And it's
their logo, it's
really
it's
good idea.
offside. It's the Offside Tavern, and it has the fisherman, but they changed it that day. It said offside, and it was the Lightning logo as the O. They're like, we gotta cheer for him in this situation. It was funny to see because there obviously is that rivalry there between the Lightning and the Isles.
Yeah.
But it was even the Offside Tavern, and that's true Islanders fans there. So they were cheering for Tampa. That's when you know.
They were like, please God,
dude, I'm cheering for the
don't let
Islanders.
them get points.
Yeah.
I'm cheering for the Isles. Come on.
Yeah, but so yeah, the Islanders, they beat the Devils that last time we did this, or well, they released on Monday, so last Sunday, and then since then they kind of shit the bed. They shit the bed pretty hard. They beat Carolina 2-1, and I will say this: that game, it was the classic Islanders. It was 1-0 the entire game.
Palmieri did the thing.
Yeah, so this was funny.
Oh,
so
yeah.
so
What a tank.
The Canes tied it up 1-1 with 45 seconds left because the Islanders just look so lost when there's an empty net and an extra man on the ice for the other team. They look so lost.
They're
They
not
just try to
good.
block shots.
Not good. 6-on-5.
They're good. They're good structure. All the chances are from the outside, but it's Carolina. Like, guys,
Yeah.
it's Sebastian Aho, Teravainen. Like, you got to do something. You can't give these guys that much time.
Yeah. True.
But yeah, Carolina tied it up, and apparently this is what Barry Trotz said. So right after Carolina tied it, 45 seconds, they skated past the Isles bench and were chirping some players. And then Palmieri goes out, and with 15 seconds left, fights off Brady Shea, rips it over the glove of Anderson. And Barry Trotz said post game, he's like, I gotta thank some of their guys for those chirps. That was nice. We really felt obligated to win it after that.
Damn.
And my response to Barry Trotz would be, you didn't feel obligated to beat Dallas, who's in the hunt for the playoffs like you guys are, and you also got shit on 6-1 by St. Louis.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's my
St. Louis is
I
good.
saw that one. Yeah, St. Louis is
yes. And if both those teams are good and on the edge of making the playoffs, just like the Islanders, they should be able to hang with them, and they very much did not.
good. They very need those points as well.
It's again right. They need the points. Oh, they can go on a heater this week, but when I see the consistency, it's just been such an issue this season. Just such an issue. I didn't watch any of the St. Louis game. I cannot talk about that. I know Grant Hutton, who is a defenseman the Islanders called up from the AHL, got his first NHL goal against the Blues, which great, but sucks because it was I think 5-0 at that point, and then it's like, you get your first goal, it's 5-1 now. That must kind of stink.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
So,
yay, I can remember this moment forever.
Yeah,
us getting our shit pushed in.
But I can't comment on that. The Dallas game, I also didn't watch. The Carolina game was the one game I did watch. But
you got the good one.
I got the good one. They have, so I'll go through their schedule. They have Pittsburgh on a home and home coming up Tuesday and Thursday, and then they play the Canadiens, and then the rest of their schedule, the last 2 weeks of the season for the Islanders, is Toronto, Florida, the Rangers, the Sabres, which we'll be at, and the Sabres are playing great right now. They're at least heating up more so than normal.
They did get owned by the Lightning today.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
I did not mention that, but the Lightning did win. But it's Buffalo, so it's like, okay, thank you for doing that.
and then Carolina, Washington, and Tampa to end this season for the Islanders. Again, it's
about the toughest schedule you could have.
So
this was what you want.
This was interesting though, guys. I was talking to someone at work who's also an Islanders fan, and they were telling me Washington kind of has a tough schedule too. So
you gotta play the Islanders.
They play the Islanders, but they also play, let me name some of the teams. The Rangers, Colorado, Toronto, Vegas, Toronto. And Montreal, Philly, and Arizona.
Montreal, Philly, Arizona. Those are pretty.
They ended up
for Washington.
3
Yeah.
Easy.
It's
But,
too.
well,
Yeah,
hey,
again.
maybe they'll go 0 for 3 for those
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, maybe. But
The
at this
important
point,
part in there is the two of those games are against the Islanders.
yes,
That
that's the
is the
important part.
huge amount of control they have if
Yes.
they can get those games. I mean,
Yes.
there's not really any control in their situation right
Yep.
now. They're desperate, but
Yeah, and that's what I'll say. That's the last thing I'll say is what will help them is out of their control. So we
Yeah.
just have to wait and see. That's it. That's the best
Very true.
answer I can
Let's go.
give Isles fans. Yeah.
I know you had said before, Eric, that like with the way the trade deadline went, you just sort of seems like this is Lou just kind of saying, "This is our team. I think they'll be fine. We're going to stick with this." I mean, obviously, it has yet to be seen with how the rest of the season is going to play out. What are the Islanders? What are they doing? What are they thinking about?
That's a great question. The Islanders are thinking that with their core and with a better start to the season, in the sense of COVID,
don't play
being
13
home,
games on the road,
not playing 30 games, they think that they really have a shot of doing something. And that's a great question, because I will say this: if you look at, I know it's easy in hindsight to say this, but if you look at the Islanders season, when they lose a game against Montreal, when Montreal's playing as poorly as they were in the beginning of the season,
did they? Was that a win?
Seattle. They lost to Montreal, Seattle. I think that was a shootout, but they lost to Seattle in regulation.
Right.
These little games here and there that should just be like a routine win.
Mm-hmm.
That's 6 to 8 points right there, and that would make a huge difference. And
yeah,
I expected the Islanders this year to be a team. They're not going to win a division. They're going to just get into the playoffs.
Yeah,
and it's not going to be pretty, but they'll get in, and then once they're there, they'll do some damage. And I was thinking about it more and more, and I think Lou just believes next season, if you can win those games that you couldn't this season, right? Those weird Seattle games, the COVID games, the Islanders will still be able to sneak in, and he still thinks this core can do it. And that's really interesting, because I almost expected there to be, I don't know, some talk of, at this point, what will the Islanders do in the offseason? Maybe it's a little bit too early for that, but
and
if they don't do, if I will say this, I don't know what they're going to do in the offseason. I also don't know how I'm going to feel if they do nothing in the offseason. And then we just have to wait for the next season. That'll be really interesting.
If you look at where they're at now. Yeah, when the trade deadline rolled around and Lou didn't do anything, I think we were all like, "Oh wow, so he's just staying with this group, huh?"
Mm-hmm.
But then you look at where they are now, and it's an outside chance, yes, but they have a chance at the playoffs. And after that start,
yeah,
I don't know. I think it was just an outlier.
That's what, right? So that's what confirms that more and more. Benny,
it probably is mostly an outlier, but it is impossible to look at that team and not think, could you just find a 20-goal scorer?
Yeah.
Could you find just something? Just give them something else to work with, because
very true.
I feel like a lot of those, I mean, I don't know how many close games there have been for the Islanders this year, but just by the nature of how they play, it's more close games, try to get a 1-goal win. Just get a few more goals into that situation, because
you need goals.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah,
again,
because Everly's gone. I don't think they ever really did anything after he left in terms of goal scorer wise, did they? I mean, they brought in Parise.
They didn't, but Brock Nelson did.
Brock Nelson did something about it.
He decided to do it on his own. He's like, I got it. Don't worry, guys. No big deal. But no, you're right. They were talking about Philip Forsberg at the trade deadline. That was a rumor. And I'm like, if you just, I understand, I don't even want to talk about all the cap stuff. Just imagine the Islanders had a Philip Forsberg. That would be massive. I am not worried about the Islanders goaltending. Honestly, I'm not.
But would Philip Forsberg be shoved into Barry Trotz's system?
Great question. Yes.
And then all of a sudden his production is just pew.
Yes.
I think Barry Trotz is a good enough coach where you can realize, I mean, Eric, you would know better from having experience with him, but he should be a good enough coach to realize what he has in a certain guy, and maybe obviously play him within a system, but you give a Philip Forsberg a little more leeway in terms of what he can do.
I'm going to say this about Barry Trotz, because I know this. I do agree with you, Ben, but there's a key factor Forsberg is not a rookie like Matt Barzal. I know Matt Barzal is more established now.
Yeah.
Matt Barzal is, to Barry Trotz, a young guy that still needs to learn how to play hockey the right way.
Yeah.
Philip Forsberg is an established NHL player who will be in a system, but Barry Trotz will not scratch. He will play every night. He played Josh Bailey every chance he got tonight, despite Josh Bailey being invisible for games during the season. I know I'm picking out Josh Bailey. There's other people I could be picking out too. I get it. But Villiers, he sent him down earlier in the season because he was underproducing. And just send him down for a little bit and bring him back up. Never did that with any established veterans. Nope. Yeah. So Philip Forsberg, I think, is just one of those players that wouldn't have to deal with that. And I will say this is just an Eric opinion. When he was the Capitals coach, Ovechkin is, again, Ovechkin, but Ovechkin isn't going to play in Barry Trotz's system. Ovechkin's going to do what Ovechkin does.
Very true.
And I feel like Forsberg is going to be would maybe be one of those players. Barry Trotz is like, I understand what you're good at. And Forsberg would say, yep, I just want to score goals for you, man. Yeah. And I'm just going to do that. So
it's been lovely to see that happen with Cole Caulfield since Marty came in. He's like, Mike, man, you score goals, dude. Stop trying to do other stuff. Just score goals. Like,
but Mike, what were you going to say? You had some thoughts.
Do you see them targeting him in free agency because he is a UFA?
Yes.
Did they never re-up him?
Nope.
Not yet.
Not yet.
He is at a $6 million cap hit, so you've got to imagine that's going to go up to like 8 or 9.
They never,
which would make him like by and large the highest paid guy on the Isles.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's something they'll attempt?
It's a good question. To be honest, part of me, there's a part of me that hopes they try, because that'd be sweet if Philip Forsberg was an Islander.
That'd
just
be
the
very
thought
cool.
of that that'd be really cool. It'd be interesting to really sit down and think about what they'd have to give up to get that, or how they'd have to shift some things around, you know?
Yeah.
But
that's wild. They really went through the trade deadline without. Wow.
Yeah, I want to take a look at I know it's the end of the season, but if the Islanders are not saying the Islanders are not a team that's going to say, oh, we're out of the playoffs right now. They're going to keep trying their best to make it. And if they are trying their best right now, and that, like you said, Ben, and you look at that team and that same obvious problem is they can't score for shit, they really need to do something over the offseason. And that's what these next 2 weeks will be a testament to. So,
I mean, you could even do more than adding a single 20-goal scorer. You could add a couple forwards.
A couple forwards. There's some. You look at it again. Kyle Palmieri. I don't know what it is, what his goals are in the past month, but he also started to heat up. You know what? Let me see. How many goals did he have? But it's one of those things. You said, oh, another 20-goal scorer would help, right? And Palmieri has 14 at the end of the season. Imagine if he could actually score in the beginning of the season. He'd probably get 20.
Yeah, so I guess there might be a little something to the run it back, but I don't know. Like,
also,
I still look at that roster and it's like still like could be more. Like you could do
glaring offensive holes. Yeah. Glaring offensive holes. Mike?
Barzal has had an off year, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
so that would help a little bit if he gets back to form.
It would. Again, I do think I will give Barzal more slack because of how talented he is. This year was a disaster in the beginning, and it was not easy for Barzal to play through. Matt Barzal has 14 goals this year.
You're going to want more from that guy.
And Brock Nelson has more points than him this season.
Oh, yeah, you're going to want more from Barzal.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes. So
they'll be back in the playoffs next year.
This is what I'll say. Lou,
just kidding. It's this year.
Matt Barzal's on your team. Maybe get him someone he wants to play with every day, please, and thank you. No disrespect to any current players. Get Matt Barzal a sick line mate, please.
Who do you want to see him line mate with? Forsberg?
He wants to jump into Philip Forsberg's arms after potting one between the legs.
All right.
That's what he wants to do.
Excellent.
Oh man,
I would like to see that.
Yeah. That's it on the Isles, though, guys.
So Eric sort of hinted it there within that little segment. But we're going to be going to the Sabres Islanders game, April 23rd. We're going to vlog it. And I unfortunately have some bad news, fellas.
What's that?
We unfortunately will not be taking the man van. because the man van is old, and my parents were like, "No, we don't want you driving that 4.5 hours to Buffalo." After driving it 3.5 hours down.
Okay.
And I was like, "All right." But
Isn't that bad of disrepair? Is it like
it's old, man. We've had it for years.
that's true? Probably
Um,
like 12, 13 years old
yeah,
at this
so
point.
they're like that, there's a chance that it'll break down. It's not a huge chance, but so
That
instead
would ruin the game.
yeah, so instead we're gonna be taking their nearly brand new, less than 1,100 miles on it Subaru Ascent, which is also
Oh man.
yeah, which is
Is
also
that
a
also a
7-seater.
7-seater?
Yep, it's gonna be a little
Damn,
tighter
okay.
than the van would be, but
That's all right.
yeah, it's nice.
If I
It's
could
nice.
not get the tiny final row seat,
You get the back
awesome.
right seat. Yes. Yep.
Okay,
No.
that works.
I'll get the tiny seat.
No,
I'm a small
yeah,
guy.
I don't know where the seating will be. We'll figure that out. Nick will probably call shotgun, and then
Probably, yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm just large.
You guys can fight it out. I don't think they'll stick you in the back, Ben.
I'll be the
Danielle's
Caroline and
too
I are
nice
small.
for
We got
that.
it.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. And then Eric and
Yeah.
Caroline. Yeah.
Yeah, we got it.
But yeah, it's gonna be a good trip. It's gonna be a long day though, boys, because we got 4.5 there. 3-hour game, 4.5 back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do the
I'll bring my
math.
Switch to play some games while I'm
Yeah.
in the car.
You do the math, and we're gonna be out for about 12 hours.
Yeah, then we'll come back to your place and do something. I don't know.
Pass out.
Yes. Yes.
Well, there's that.
Pass out after a 7-1 Isles victory. No.
Yeah.
I love how we talked about how the Islanders can't score, and then I say a 7-1
7-1,
Islanders
yeah.
victory.
I ain't
Yeah.
scoring 7.
No.
I'm gonna be
What if they
wearing.
did?
Be interesting. I'm gonna be wearing Sabres gear, but inside I'm gonna be cheering for the Islanders.
I'm also probably going to wear a Sabres jersey. I'm
'Cause,
sorry.
Come on.
No, that's fine. Wear your Sabres jersey.
Come on. Make the playoffs.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caroline and I will be the only Isles fans there.
Bring jerseys.
Bring a jersey. I'm sure Nick will wear one.
Aaron's gonna want a
Oh, okay,
jersey.
cool. Okay.
Which we have a couple. Danielle's got a couple Buffalo ones that she can lend, but Nick will
Okay.
probably want one. So definitely bring some extras if
Alright,
you got them.
All right.
But yeah.
Let's go.
Anybody got anything else?
I think I'm good.
Fantasy hockey. I jumped into
God.
third.
Oh, wow.
I jumped into third. I
Wow.
passed other Nick Capola.
Look at you.
Nice.
And then my mom passed
Wait a
him
minute.
and is also still right behind me.
Stop
Mike,
paying
is that-
attention like 2 weeks ago.
Is that Nick? Is that the Nick we golfed with that one day?
I don't think you golfed with him. You golfed with Logan.
Oh, no.
that
I
was
stopped
Logan.
paying
Yep,
attention
yep.
and I passed Cody.
Okay.
Yeah, but that is another one of Nick's buddies.
Okay, and he does golf with him.
Yes. Yeah, I've
Okay,
golfed.
I've
I've
heard that name before.
golfed with Nick a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I'm not in last. I haven't looked at my roster in like 2 weeks and I jumped Cody.
Oh,
I have not set
when did
lineups.
that happen?
Wow.
I don't know. I think
Last
last
time
night
I
because I
looked,
had
you
a
were
62-point night and he had a 21-point night, and I'm only 5 points ahead of him. So it was last night. But
All right then.
Yeah.
Ah,
I have not set a lineup in like 2 weeks.
Come on, Cody. I checked your team because I told my dad that you were like, I'll trade you my good players. So my dad was like, who does he even have? And I was like, he's got to have somebody good.
I've got a few.
And then I was like, well, I know he's got Mitch Marner.
And Leon Draisaitl.
And then I looked and he was like, oh, yep, he's got Draisaitl. Well, we don't expect
Yeah.
you to have those guys because you're in the fucking basement. How do you have those guys and you're in last?
Well, it was some questionable roster building at the beginning of the season, and
Yes,
then
that is true.
a lot of mess. I'm real bad about, even when I was like paying attention, I've always been really bad about setting lineups. Or then
Yeah.
also if it's a busy night, I've been really bad about
Picking the
choosing
right
which
one,
guys. Like the amount
Yep.
of nights I had like 40 points on my bench, and I'm just
I've missed a few
Yeah.
hat tricks this season from players on my bench.
it's not been great. I'm looking forward to number one pick going into this next season.
No, we're not doing it that way. We're not doing it that way this next year.
Oh, you're just doing randomized? I
We're
thought we
gonna-
were doing like
We're gonna
snake
do
draft, but
We're gonna do random snake draft, and then the season after, I'm gonna line it up. So we'll do whoever finished last gets first pick, and so on. But I'm gonna give each team a keeper at each position. So you'll get to keep a forward, You'll get to keep a defenseman, and you'll get to keep a goalie from your
Interesting.
last year's team. Just so
Nice.
people, it works a little bit better, I think, that way.
Yeah,
But you still
yeah,
might get
it's
the
not
first
been a
pick.
great. It's not been a great year. It's not been a great year for Ben. We're building for next year. You know, we're waiting for next season to come along. Yeah.
All right. Well, anybody got anything else? Honestly, we didn't say it off the top, but if you can't tell, Nick's not here.
Yeah, we literally never
Dude, I did that with Eric.
You know why?
I did that with Eric
That's
too.
That's my bad because I threw everyone off. I brought us in today, so I didn't mention.
We still could have. Yeah, we still could have said something, but yeah, no, we literally. Hi, Nick. How's it going?
Nick, if you're watching this, I hope you're enjoying Matthew Joseph on your team.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
He's
Got like
12
points in 10 games or something.
Yeah.
Come on, man, where the hell was that?
That's
I mean,
he was on the bench too much.
More diminished
exactly.
role.
Yeah.
Dang, man.
So,
yeah, I knew it.
yeah.
I knew it. Oh well.
Yeah.
All right, he's doing great over there. I'm about to get a Matthew Joseph reverse retro.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
All right, well, everybody who watched this, thank you for watching. Please hit that like button if you liked it. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. Share this with all your friends and your hockey fan family.
Or your enemies. I mean,
Or your
anybody can
hockey
listen.
fan
really,
enemies.
You know? Friends or just put the show out there.
Put the show out there. Yes. Yeah, so it's on YouTube, obviously, if you're watching it here. If you're listening, obviously you found it, but it's on Spotify and Google Podcasts. And it's also on Anchor.fm, but I don't think anybody actually, that's just how I upload it. I don't think anybody actually listens through that. But if you do, if you know what that is, you can find us there.
Go nuts.
Go nuts. But we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully we'll have all 4 back. But if we don't, there'll be some of us here. There'll be at least 2. At the very least.
Did you do one episode on your own?
I did like a little video where I just covered a few topics. It was like 8 minutes long. Yeah.
We technically have a Mike only episode.
That is kind of true. Yeah. We had a me and Nick only episode. That was.
I do remember that. That was
like all golf. It was all golf talk.
Yeah.
But we'll see you guys next week. Have a good week. Have a safe week.